welcome to Everything Wrong with YuGiOh GX Episode 1. Just like with the original series, I'm not going to be focusing on card effects, just sort of everything else. So yeah, let's get right into it. Why is Jaden reacting to his card this way? Is he surprised to see Bursenatrix?
You're a duelist, aren't you?
Yep, I'm just going to try out at the academy.
Isn't Yugi Jaden's hero? How does Jaden not recognize him immediately? This should be the greatest day of his life.
Hey, you're...
So we're seeing Jaden kind of get caught up to speed here, but the recognition is still sort of fuzzy. With that hair, Yugi is instantly recognizable, especially by somebody who supposedly idolizes him.
Something just tells me that it belongs with you.
I'm genuinely surprised Yugi still carries around a deck. I know the term PTSD is used a little too often these days, but I feel that Duel Monsters should give Yugi PTSD at this point. After the events of the first episode, was the game ever the same for him? Quite literally, the worst days of his life were caused by this game. I'm truly shocked he would daily carry his deck.
Hey, wait! Thank you!
Jaden, bro, f the school. Try to get an apprenticeship with Yugi.
Entrance exam.
Is this a twin-headed Charizard?
Once again, all Academy applicants who have already passed their dual entrance exam, please proceed to registration. For those who have failed, better luck next year.
And have fun at Duel Monsters Community College.
The announcement started with, once again, and it was said in a tone like he's been saying it all day. Has Dr. Crowler been repeating this joke internally all day?
And have fun at Duel Monsters Community College.
Haha, community college. But is that really where they're going? Jaden is 15. What community college is taking 15-year-olds?
I can barely concentrate with all these academy kids staring at me, judging me.
So my best friend is a wrestler, and in 2015, I went to Las Vegas for the US Open. It's basically a giant wrestling tournament to see if you qualify for the US Olympic team. The idea that everyone is engaged in everyone else's match is totally unrealistic.
Mark all the no-shows, no-shows.
Wait! I'm no no-show!
Nope, there's no way he heard that.
Or C, run home to mama.
I'll go with D, none of the above.
Damn, this examiner really teed up this dish perfectly. Why are you even trash talking? You're using an exam deck against a student. Just shut up and do your job. Nope, no way everyone cheered for that. This is like the 100th plus match you've seen today.
Wow, that guy's pretty good, don't you think, Chaz?
So I'm guessing you've said this about like 100 other kids. Was this really a standout duel? How has Chaz not strangled these guys by now?
Guess the rumors about him being some kind of whiz kid were true, huh, Chaz? Huh?
The writers really want to make sure that even the 4-year-olds know these guys are dumb and this guy's the leader.
Wow, that last guy really tore it up. Yeah, Bastian Masawa. They say he got the highest score on the written exam of all us applicants.
Basing this off the history I have with wrestling tournaments, as I mentioned before, anyone who's labeled a prodigy or a talent, like a talent to look out for, would almost certainly go first. They would never be the last match.
Wow, I just barely passed. Yeah, me too.
So what was the point of the written exam exactly? It sounds like the only test that matters is the field test. I guess so we know how smart Bastion is?
Hello? And who may I ask is...
It's Shepard.
Do you not have caller ID? I know you guys are gonna say, well, he answered it without looking. But then I'll ask, why?
Just calling to make sure that everything's running smoothly, Crowler. Wouldn't want a repeat of what happened last year.
Are you just now telling him you don't want a repeat of last year? You know the operating hours of this entrance exam, right? This is way too late to be given these kinds of instructions.
You cut a third of our student applicants for some ridiculous reason? What was it? Calling you Mr. or Mrs.?
Crowler, you're up in the stands, surrounded by staff. How would an applicant even have the opportunity to misgender you?
And if he wants to give this scrimshanker a duel, fine. Pardon me, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
What's about to happen is totally ridiculous. No one heard that call but you. Just turn Jaden away. Your staff has already said,
Looks like we have a pretty good crop this year.
so it's not like you're reporting suspiciously low numbers. Just turn him away. Literally nobody will know. The worst you're gonna get is a slap on the wrist.
But who's gonna be the boys' dueling proctor, and what exam deck shall we use?
Damn, can y'all not make a decision yourself? Have you been asking Crowler the same question for the last 100+ kids that have tested? At this pace, the whole application process would take over a week.
Oh, leave that to me.
This is so much worse than just turning him away. Chancellor Shepard asks that you give everyone a fair shot. What's he gonna think if he learns that you beat the shit out of some kid with your own deck? You'd be in so much more trouble than if you just admitted that you turned away a tardy student.
Leave that to me.
Why are you all gasping? It's almost like they know he's gonna be his opponent.
You might just be the second best duelist here.
I know the point of this is you're teeing yourself up as the best student, but this is such a ridiculous statement. You saw the tail end of one match. You are basing this on zero data. Who are these characters? Dueling cheerleaders? Does Crowler really need their help to get his duel disc on?
I'm Dr. Velian Crowler, Department Chair of Techniques here at Duel Academy.
Department Chair of Techniques? What is this, Harry Potter?
This kid's got some lip, huh, Chaz?
Could you imagine these assholes dueling? This is some opening hand, huh, Chaz? I am my battle phase. Right, Chaz? Pot agreed lets me draw 2 cards. Right, Chaz?
All right, get your game on.
Yes, very good. Don't tell me what to do.
What's that old stereotypical answer that every teacher gives when they ask why they went into teaching? It's like they love inspiring the next generation or making a positive impact. They love learning and being in a learning environment. Which of these traits does Crowler have exactly? Everything is met with a nasty quip or a snarl. Couldn't we have given this at least one positive teacher quality?
What it does is allow me to pay 1,000 life points for the chance to peek at your hand and toss one of your cards into the graveyard.
Damn, Crowler. In a world with just 4,000 life points, paying 1,000 life points is pretty steep, just to force a discard, especially against someone you've labeled as an amateur. From your perspective, what could he have possibly had in his hand that would warrant 1/4 of your life points?
Could somebody tell me what's going on?
Cyrus, just pretend like you understand. Why would you out yourself as being totally clueless?
Card that strong couldn't be in one of the test decks. Crowler must be using his own.
Damn, the token card is what gets you? Not confiscation?
Just hope we get to see that legendary rare monster Crowler has had stashed away in that deck of his.
Hold up, you've been at this school for 3 years and you've never seen Ancient Gear Golem? If that's true, then that sounds very intentional on Crowler's part. Why is he choosing now to unveil it? From his point of view, this is just some rat kid. Bro, save this big, great moment for like, I don't know, something more special or more iconic. It's like you know this is the first episode of the show or something.
There it is! The legendary rare card!
So I love Ancient Gear Golem. It's an all-timer for me. But Zane, you should be wildly underwhelmed. Your Cyber End Dragon shit's all over this card.
And I'd say we're about to find out just what makes it so legendary.
Spoiler alert, it inflicts piercing damage, just like your Cyber End Dragon. Oh, and it has 1,000 less attack.
Staring down that legendary rare monster like he doesn't have a care in the world.
What's he supposed to do, panic? If he loses, so what? He just tries again next year. If he wins, great. This ain't exactly a Shadow Realm here. If there's no life-threatening stakes, there's no real reason to panic, no matter how strong the monster is. Right, Chaz?
At least the kid's showing some backbone.
There won't be much left of it to show after this.
What? Bro, if I was a rookie and I lost to someone with a PhD in dueling, I'd still walk around with my head held high. What was it that Vegeta said?
I'll take some pride in the fact that it took Beerus the Destroyer to kill me. You shall die with your honor intact.
This is basically the same thing. Obviously, Crowler doesn't scale to Beerus, but you get my point. I'd be depressed if I lost to Chumley or Cyrus, but Crowler? Come on, man, I'd be straight. Yo, a genuine shout out to the animators for actually being accurate with the correct number of cards in each player's hand. Really nice touch.
Oh, Jaden's monster didn't stand a chance. His defense points were way too low.
This is pretty much peak Cyrus commentary.
When that Ancient Gear Golem attacks a monster in defense mode, the difference between its attack points and the defending monster's defense points gets dealt to the opponent as damage.
Okay, so Know-It-All Zane just said,
And we're about to find out just what makes it so legendary.
Implying that we're all about to discover his effect. But then we cut to this side of the room and Bastion just knows the answer?
The difference between its attack points and the defending monster's defense points gets dealt to the opponent as damage.
Let's just take a moment to thank the pharaohs that the ancient text was replaced with simply piercing damage.
Boy, I really want to come to the school now. You really know your stuff, Teach.
Sure, he got Ancient Gear Golem out in one turn, which I'll say is very impressive for this era of duel monsters. But how shitty were your playground duels that you're this impressed with Crowler?
You really know your stuff, Teach.
Bro, Jaden just complimented you. And I think this is the only compliment you get this entire series. Why are you so pissed off at literally any word spoken to you?
Something just tells me that it belongs with you.
Did we need this flashback? We were all there.
All right, I'll take that as a sign to play you.
Maybe just take his effect as a sign to play him.
How about that? A technique the good doctor didn't know.
No one can be expected to know every technique, Alexis.
Jeez, is everyone on edge? All she said was a technique the doctor didn't know. Don't gotta come at her with this kind of energy, bro.
Especially one as obscure as that.
Yeah, well, that kid sure knew it.
What? Are you impressed with anyone running obscure monsters and knowing their effects?
I guess your lame little monster saved you there.
You may have beat him, but that doesn't give you the right to call him lame.
Yeah, no kidding. Why or how is that lame? A monster or card effect that prevents battle damage is like hella useful, especially in this era. That's such a ridiculous line.
I forget how attached you new duelists get to your monsters.
Has this dude not met Kaiba?
Burstinatrix!
Damn! Burstinatrix bursts on the field, accompanied by flames and wind. Why didn't Avion get any kind of airbending treatment? Oh, you're saying it's because Avion was played in defense mode? Well, here he is, being played a second time, and still no win.
Next time, try playing a monster that has more attack points than what's already out.
Wait, why are we reacting like this?
What's he mean?
Why is this kid so fucking clueless all the time? Taya and Tristan had a better chance at this school. Hell, give me Rex.
When the wingman destroys a monster, that monster's attack points are dealt as damage to its owner.
You mean they're deducted right out of his life points?
Whenever I think back on GX, the memories that come to mind are always like the elemental heroes, the colors of the dorms, and of course Jaden. I always forget how painful Cyrus is.
Bring him on! This silly little skyscraper field card hasn't lowered my golem's attack level by 1 point!
Bro, how clueless are you? Are you the master of techniques or whatever you tiled yourself or not? Most field cards benefit the user rather than punish the opponent.
You know,
damn, all that speed and build up, you got the disappearing and reappearing thing, just like in Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. I was all pumped up for some like epic attack, but then nothing?
that's game.
Anyone else feel weird that Jaden beat Crowler in the first episode? For me, it just shows me this school is basically shit, and Jaden will have relatively no competition here. It also way undermines Crowler, which I get that he's supposed to essentially be Team Rocket and be the easily defeated weekly antagonist. But I feel like the best teachers from anime, whether it be Roshi, Stein, Kakashi, that dude from My Hero Academia, they were all badass and could hold their own in the show's world. I guess I wish Crowler fit one of these molds more. I think it would have been cooler if the duel played out the exact same, so Jaden beats Ancient Gear Golem, the crowd freaks out, but at the last second, Crowler redirects the effect damage that he would take over to Jaden. Everyone is stunned. We see Jaden slightly saddened, and now he doesn't think he's gonna get in. Then Crowler says, "In all my years of teaching, no one has ever beaten my golem. You pass." Then everyone freaks out. I think this makes a lot more sense. So Crowler still has some weight on him as a teacher, and it doesn't put Jaden right at the ceiling. We see that he can still grow at the school.
No way Crowler could lose to some flunky.
What exactly are you basing him being a flunky on? I thought it was just his loud mouth, but if someone actually has the skills to bash up their trash talking, you gotta give him props.
That kid's got a future here.
No. That kid just proved he has a future outside of here. He just beat the best of the best in like 3 turns. This would be like if Hermione Granger fucked up McGonagall on her first day. Alexis turns in shock before Zane even moves. Zane waited 3 years to see Ancient Gear Golem, and now he couldn't care less.
Nice. I could use a little competition.
I could use a little competition? Why the f are you even going to this school if you don't think it's going to be challenging? And now that you've labeled Jaden as the only reason you're attending, are you really going to spend 4 years of your life here? Just for him? Because he beat a professor once? You're still so young and supposedly brilliant. Don't waste your youth on this school just for Jaden. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Next week, we're going to be going back to the original series. I'm going to be doing the Panic episode. I just wanted to get GX in here. I felt really inspired to do it. Thank you everybody for participating in the poll. It was between this and Code Lyoko. I really wanted to do Code Lyoko, but I mean, you can see the numbers here. GX just won in a landslide, so I'm going to be doing both series. So I'll do, GX and then YuGiOh GX, YuGiOh, that kind of thing. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and like, share, subscribe, the whole deal. See you next time.